Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you all for joining me at this time. My name is Shavi Zane, and I'm coming on to bring a message for the chosen. This is in regards to what has been taking place concerning the entertainment industry. It stretches much further beyond the entertainment industry. This goes off into all of those beings who call themselves having a position of authority across the globe, really. This is far deeper than what you all are seeing. I want to tap in and do a reading. We're going to tap in and see what this whole thing is all about. But I also want to let you all know that I listened to the memoir of Kim Porter, right? Her diary, the book that she was in the process of writing before her life was taken from her. And there were a lot of key points that was made there. I'm sure that there was so much more that she did not cover, but a lot of names was exposed. And this whole situation with Sean Combs is opening up doors to reveal the death, the murder of Tupac, to reveal the murder of Biggie Smalls, to reveal the deaths of quite a few people, because she even mentioned that there was a producer that she was getting ready to do a movie for that ended up sending her flowers, and suddenly a few months later he ends up dead from pneumonia. Almost all of her boyfriends that she had when she was on a break with Sean Combs ended up dying from pneumonia. And so she noticed a pattern where towards the end of the book, she mentioned that she knew when she started to get symptoms that this pneumonia, this is a bioweapon that apparently a lot of the so-called big figures or people with money, they use this to take people out without a trace. I am strongly speculating that Dr. Sebi was also killed with that same bioweapon. Okay. Now, this is my own spiritual assumption, but I mean, I feel it very strongly. Okay. So with that being said, I want to jump into this message. Another thing that I noted, I've been telling you all for a long time now that spell work and black magic is one of the biggest arsenals that has been used by the powers that were. When I say the powers that were, I am not just talking about the U.S. corporation. I am not just talking about the British Empire and, governmental structures. I am talking about everyone who has been able to create wealth and some form of authority through wickedness has used spell work and dark magic. I have been telling y'all this for at least 3 years now, and it is coming to the forefront where people are saying it verbatim. In Kim Porter's book, she actually mentioned that Diddy Sean Combs was practicing voodoo. Did I not say this a long time ago? That he was practicing voodoo, and that she was uncertain about his particular practices, that he admitted that he would do voodoo on other people, which lets you know that he was utilizing black magic to take people out, to slow them down, to slow down competition, likely even using this over his music and things of that nature to get more, people captured by his music. There's so many different ways that a lot of the people in the entertainment industry use black magic in order to enhance their power and to siphon the creative energy of others. Also keeping in mind that she mentioned in the book that when she announced that she was pregnant with his first child, he told her that there was going to be a lot of people that would have to sleep with her before she gave birth to the baby. So at 9 months pregnant, she had a train ran on her by many so-called celebrities, which she mentioned the names of Will Smith and Jada Pinkett as being a part of the group that will ultimately end up having sex with her. And she said she was not down for that spiritual stuff, right? That's what she told him directly. So she understood that it was a ritual that would be performed utilizing the energy of her unborn child. Now, this is why I tell y'all, all of these children that have been coming up missing, this is not a coincidence. They siphon the energy of children through sacrifices, pedophilia, rituals. They have been doing this for a long time. We are here in the age of Aquarius, and let the truth be brought forward. Let the highest form of righteous judgment be casted upon the heads of all who have been involved in these things, known and unknown. I'm telling y'all, I've been lighting candles on these beings for at least a good 3 years now. When I started to get some awareness of what was happening behind the scenes, I immediately started doing spiritual work to reveal, to expose, and to call judgment. And I strongly suggest that if you all haven't been doing it, that you start doing it too. But judgment is now here. So let's jump into the message, okay? I want to tap in and see. Pretty much to corroborate what has come out concerning Kim Porter. Let's just see what was the true cause of her death, right? Look at this. Look at this. Before I can even finish shuffling the cards, it says weird science, bioweapon, okay? They have a hold of whatever this is that they can put into people's bodies that can create the illusion of pneumonia, so that when the coroners go in, they pay off the coroners too, though, of course. But when they go in, they can diagnose them with pneumonia. That would be the cause of death. But that's not the truth, okay? He had already threatened Kim and told her in one of the scenarios in the book that if she ever left him, he wouldn't outright take her life with a weapon, but instead he would do it where no one could trace it back to him. He would put something in her food or her drink. Is that not how Dr. Sebi went out? He tried to avoid eating what was there. He knew for a fact that there could be something there that could, Dr. Sebi was very aware of what was going on. I know this is not about him, but it's intuitively, he's coming up in my mind here. So I don't know if something's going to be exposed in regards to that, but it's some wicked shit happening out here, y'all. Let's see what happened to Kim. So we have child here. Child is coming out first, okay? Celebrity. Okay, child, celebrity. What happened to Kim? Bloodline. Definitely somebody that she was connected to, that was connected to her child directly. This person is a celebrity that was involved in taking her out, okay? Someone that she had a child with. Look at that, life insurance. Life insurance, so someone could have had a policy out on her. Money. Someone got paid as well. Someone got paid to do this to her. Because, see, at the end of the day, for P. Diddy, for Sean Combs, I don't even like calling that devil P. Diddy. For Sean Combs, he didn't need the money. Somebody else got paid off to do the dirty work for him, for sure. Let's see. Fired. Secret weapon. Secret weapon. The other one says accident. So secret weapon, they can make it look like something happened. She lost her life, but it wasn't outright, taking of her life. There's a secret weapon that's been used. Let me see what I can gather from this secret weapon. A lot of these people with money, they know about it. It says crime of passion. Yeah, crime of passion. So whenever you see crime of passion, it's always someone who usually is someone that you was connected to sexually or romantically or both, right? Crime of passion definitely deals with someone got fired from her life. She let somebody go at that time, right? And they used this so-called secret weapon to take her out through a crime of passion, right? Yeah, because they possess some form of power. Whoever this is, they was granted some form of power by someone else, though, because you see, these are other hands that's putting this crown out. So these hands that actually hold the crown would likely be someone who is in a higher ranking of authority that could crown someone with power. Let's clarify power. Yeah, but she was definitely taken out. She was taken out by someone that she shared a child with. Power is clarified by revenge. Hello. Is that not a man lurking in the shadows? Somebody wanted revenge. Crime of passion. Secret. Yes. Secret. Other people know, though. Hush, hush. Other people know about this secret. Okay? This person was given a certain amount of power. All right? All I'm going to do is read the energy, and I'll let y'all come up with the names out there. So then, look at that. Murder, suicide, right? This was an outright murder. Okay? Okay? Her life was taken. Again, this is speculation. I'm just going to say this for YouTube specifically. School. What about school? Mail. Okay. Social media. Yeah. Whoever this male is, they're directly connected to social media. They are a celebrity. They are connected to her child. This person was involved because it was a crime of passion. Okay, whoever did this on his behalf, they have people around that's keeping the secrets, that's keeping it hush hush, but they also got paid. They got a payoff here for sure for doing what they did here. Okay, this was all about revenge and ego. Okay, somebody was flaunting, in their ego, whoever took her life. Well, let's just see. Let's see. I want to look and see, why did Kim. Wow, that's crazy, because the bottom of the deck, this card says natural causes. Where is it? Natural causes. You see that? Natural causes, which is a lie. Okay, they tried to make it look like it was natural causes, but what it really was is a secret weapon that's been used for a very, very long time to take people up out of here. Very long time. They have secret weapons that could create and mimic cancer, that can mimic pneumonia, all of these different types of things. If they don't want a person here, they'll either take them out slowly, or they'll use this particular concoction to take them out fast. But either way, they figure if they could bring it forward as that type of diagnosis, then they got it in the bag. They're able to get away with their hands clean. But see, your hands can never be clean, because everything is always copied in the spiritual realm. It's always a record of everything that is done. Is always out in the ethers, readily available to whoever wants to tap in and grab hold of that information, which is what I'm doing right here energetically, okay? And so let's just see what compelled Kim to write this book, this diary. What compelled her to write it? So this says love. What compelled her to write it? Love, life insurance. This is Operation Mockingbird, government-controlled media. I feel like she understood that there was a lot of people who, if she put it out like verbatim and just came out saying this or that took place, the media, which is government-controlled, which, she understands that a lot of people are wrapped up in this whole thing. It's not just entertainers. It's not just singers, rappers, actors. It's not just these people. It's people with so-called high positions of authority. Okay, governmental officials, political officials, so-called, they even said that one of the so-called Queen Elizabeth's grandsons was at P. Diddy's party. There's pictures of him being there. So there are a lot of people who the public deems as being prominent figures that they hold with high regard that was involved in all of this, okay? It is far greater than you could even imagine. We are just touching the tip of the iceberg. So she understood that if she would have put it out there in any other way, that people, they would have distorted what she had to say, because he had those types of connections. He had been given a crown of power by these low vibrational beings. And so this was to ensure her life. That's why I feel like life insurance is here. It was to ensure her life. She was hoping that it would be written in stone so that no one could go back and say that what ultimately will come out was false. I think she knew. She knew, because the last chapter, look at that, blackmail. She wrote it because there was blackmail involved. She understood that he was going to retaliate. She understood that that nasty being was going to retaliate against her. So, wow, I didn't even see this card. It says trafficking. Did I not tell y'all that pedophilia is a large part of their rituals and their sex magic in order to get them to stay in a position of power? They had been trafficking. She knew things well beyond what she spoke about directly. Let me clarify trafficking. Yeah, but there was blackmail and lots of money. She knew that he had a lot of money to pay off people to silence her forever. And so she had to write this down. That's why I told y'all a year and a half ago when I did that reading, and I told y'all that I was guided to do that ritual against not just P. Diddy, but the entire entertainment industry, that everybody who was working in darkness would be exposed. Kim's energy came in a couple of months prior to that, to where I was doing a reading and I was seeing that she was taken out, and it infuriated me. It had me so emotional. I spent a couple of hours diving into that information. And it was just a couple of months later that I saw that devil on Drink Champs. It was a clip on YouTube, and it infuriated me all over again, and it prompted me to bring that message forward so that we could collectively do a ritual to bring down the destruction and the wickedness behind the scenes of the entertainment industry and any other so-called beings in a position of authority. Many of you joined me there. That was a year and a half ago. So don't say that spiritual work doesn't work. We work with the Most High Mother and Father, and that's why things come to pass. This trafficking, let's clarify. Trafficking is clarified by fear. She was in fear. She saw some things, okay? She saw some things behind the scenes here, and she knew that this government-controlled media, it was too many big, she saw some people that had big names, okay? People who had so-called power and money. And this is why she wrote it down, because she knew that she was going to be blackmailed. She knew it. She knew it. She was afraid. But yeah, I think she didn't say a whole lot, but she did mention that there were young boys that Sean Combs was dealing with directly. Names that she mentioned was Bow Wow, Usher, Justin Bieber. I think it was one more that I heard in the book, okay? And so I'm sure that they weren't the only ones though, okay? I'm sure that they wasn't the only ones. There was trafficking, but see, this was between people who were affluent, people who have a lot of money, people who have connections to people who have a lot of so-called power, okay? And so she wrote this book because she knew. She was afraid, first of all. She was in fear. And yes, she got herself involved in a lot of sexual things with that fool, but she didn't know, okay? This is fraud. She did not know just how deep it was until she found out just how deep and dark the doggone rabbit hole went when it came down to Sean Combs and a whole lot of people in the industry and outside of the entertainment industry. She did not know until she knew. And once she knew that her life would likely be taken. So she had to put this information out there. Look at that. Inside, these are tunnels, y'all. These are tunnels. I think she knew some things. Let me clarify. Neighborhood. So there could be some tunnels in the neighborhood. She found out. She saw some shit. I think, if I'm not mistaken, didn't the FBI find tunnels in Sean Combs' home, like a underground type of situation going on? If I'm not mistaken, I'm going to have to go back and check that. Leave a comment below and let me know, is that the case? Because I feel like she saw something. Something was happening specifically in that neighborhood amongst all of these so-called wealthy people. And I really do feel like what was going through those tunnels, young babies, children being snatched up off of the street. Now, this is, again, my own speculation. I do not have evidence behind this, but I'm telling you, spiritual evidence is far more powerful, okay? She saw something and it terrified her. She knew that a truth was going to have to be exposed here. But it was too, look at this, secret. She kept it as a secret. She was told to keep her mouth shut, but she couldn't. And so she got fired. So she might have lost some things here. She might have lost some things. Or it could be that people, if they spoke about it, they would lose everything. So, you know, people who are just so concerned about money, so concerned about wealth, so concerned about what they have, material things, that they would sell their whole soul. A lot of people were kept silenced because if they did not, they would lose their jobs here. Yeah, people who had so-called royalty. This was connected. Yes, so remember that card of bloodline came out? This would be directly connected to the so-called royal bloodline here. Okay? So-called royal bloodline. So this was far deeper than what she ever expected that she would see here. Okay? So while she did not mention these things, she did. This is a person, okay, they're holding a phone. She understood that social media has a way of distorting things. Let me clarify. I want to clarify royalty. What is royalty? I just heard a few things, y'all. Collapse. This whole thing is collapsing. Everybody that thought that they had it like that, that whole empire is coming down. This whole thing is coming down. So she understood that what she possessed was information that could take down an entire empire beyond the entertainment industry, but that would be a part of that empire. She knew. Natural causes, yeah. And that's why they tried to make it look like she passed from natural causes. Bottom of the deck says runaway. She wanted to get away. She wanted to get away, but at the same time, this looks like a child that's running away right here. That looks like a child that's running away. I'm telling you, this is far deeper than y'all. This is far deeper than people understand. I want to look into these tunnels a little bit more. You know, even though tunnel did not come out, it said inside, and that was a tunnel. That was a picture of a tunnel. What is this all about? What is this all about? I just saw the card gift. It's even being shown that young children were used, being taken and snatched up and handed over as gifts to be sick perverts, to be used for their perversion, their rituals. Okay, look at this. Bioweapon. What I tell y'all? At the bottom of the deck, bioweapon. Okay, they gave her something to take her up out of here. Yeah, look at this. Theft, couple, devil. Theft, couple, and devil. Wicked, wicked shit. Okay, wicked. This is clarifying the tunnels. People who are in these perverted relationships, doing these demonic rituals, stealing, kidnapping with a thief card, okay? And you would never know because they walking around in these suits as if they're so-called business professionals. The real gangsters, the real criminals are the ones in suits. You think it's the ones that's wearing a hoodie, but it's the ones in suits, okay? New World Order. These are people who are a part of a specific agenda. And so they needed the energy of children. They needed sex, magic, sexual. Look at this. Trapping people. I'm telling you, it's a lot of people that they have. A lot of people that they pulled off of the streets. And that's why I tell y'all all the time, as a chosen seed, this thing is personal. For me, it's personal for you. Because they were not just doing this amongst themselves. It wasn't just the so-called entertainers. It wasn't just the so-called government where they're doing this to each other and their children. No, they was not going to do this to their own children. They was doing this to children who are out in the streets because they see the everyday person as being nothing but a tool to them, a tool for their rituals, a tool for their perversion, a tool for their come up. Gifts. They hand them over packaged as gifts. Okay? To be taken advantage of by these beings who claim that they're in a position of power and authority to enhance and to increase, to feed the beast of Babylon. This thing goes so deep, y'all. And people will say, well, this whole P. Diddy thing is just a distraction. Well, it's a part of the distraction so that you don't see the bigger picture. I'm showing you the bigger picture. This is bigger than P. Diddy. P. Diddy is the puppet that's being used. He is the sacrifice that's being used, but it is far bigger than him. This thing stretches far and wide. It's global, y'all. These tunnels stretch far and wide throughout the world here. This is bigger. This is far bigger than what is being seen and placed out there. And so this is all about revenge. This is all about revenge. I'm telling y'all, this whole thing. Ooh, child. Let the highest form of righteous judgment be casted upon the heads of all energies that's encompassed in this reading right here, known and unknown. When I do readings, when I tap into energy, I don't just sit here and read energy and say, damn, that's messed up. No, I call judgment. Because as far as I'm concerned, the Most High has given me the gavel to slam down that gavel to say judgment must be served. And I go directly to the higher ups, the heads in the spiritual realm. And I take it to them and say, this is what I'm seeing. This is what I'm eyewitnessing. I want judgment now. Let judgment be served. Let them be exposed. Let all truths be revealed. Let every hand involved in these things be exposed and judged harshly and swiftly. Okay? Look at that. I told y'all, secret society. Okay? These are secret societies. We just spoke about this. I just did a message about this. There are a lot of people that are tied into this, who are involved in this, and they gain their so-called position of power, authority, and wealth through these secret societies. And so behind the scenes, they do a lot of perverted spell work, rituals, sacrifices, taking people up out of here, unaliving people. They do all of this. Okay? All of this. And they've been doing this for a long time. Okay? Hundreds of years. This is not new. This is not new. Look at this. Look at this. Is this not the man? What is his name? Epstein? He's a prime example of this. He is an example. This is not just in so-called black entertainment. Don't let them fool you into thinking that it's only P. Diddy, Jay-Z, all these people that's involved in these orgies. It's not just them. They're a small fraction. This is big. Names that you could never even imagine, people in positions that you could never even imagine was all in bed with these beings. And he is another example. I'm telling you, this thing is big, okay? We're going to end up doing a part 2, all right? This says love and dating, a lot of orgies, a lot of sex, and, all of this stuff. This is big. I'm going to do a part 2. I want to upload this right now. But let me know what y'all think. I love you, and I'll talk to y'all next time.